Helps if you get the mic plugged in. Let's see if that is working now. Let's see here. Yes, looks like it is working. Okay. Hey, what's happening, Tim with Nomad Trading? What's going on? Been a while since I did a live stream, so I thought I'd jump on here while the market's going here and look at what's hot. Mainly, I wanted to take a look at CRIS because that's the one that I traded today. It's got a couple of good setups on it, so I thought we'd talk about that a little bit. If you're watching this and you feel like helping the old YouTube algorithm out, hit the like, and if you have not already, subscribe. And if you have, I surely appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, anyway, let's jump in here and see what's moving. I'd say the number one stock of the day for day traders would be CRIS. It had news. Let's see, what was the news? I think it was cancer study data. Yeah, phase 1 study showing durable dose-dependent reductions in tumor burden. So yeah, cancer study, positive news. So that's pretty good. Pretty good catalyst. Then we've traded 234 million shares as of right now, which is a lot of shares, obviously. It was all the way down here, started the day in the ones. I was watching it pre-market in the ones. By the time I saw it, it was actually up here, and my instinct was I thought it was going to pull all the way back down, considerably farther than it did, and it ended up taking off right here, which was great. I took a trade right here. Beautiful pennant, I guess you would call it. Yeah, it's more of a bull pennant than it is a bull flag. You got your pull right there, and then you could draw your trend line, and then as it breaks past that trend line there, the top of the pennant, that's where you want to go long. So it was a beautiful trade. I did get out of it at high of day, the previous high of day here, pre-market. That's just how I am. I never hold them as long as I need to. Dang it. I get scared and take profit too early. I should have took a piece of it and then rode the rest of it, but I really don't like holding through open for one thing, and then also I'm always conservative, a little too conservative. I guess I've been burned too many times holding longer whenever I started trading, so now I take profit a little bit too fast a lot of the time. Anyway, so it was a perfect bull pennant. Took the trade right there, got out of it at high of day. Thought that it might meet resistance there at the previous pre-market high. It actually did a little bit, but then it shot up past that. I did not trade that. In retrospect, I wish I would have traded. I wish I would have got back in it for the break of the pre-market high, but I did not. And then here we formed another beautiful, this was more of a bull flag than it was a pennant. But, you know, they're kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same concept, so it really doesn't matter. You get your pull as it shoots way up. Then you get the top of your pennant here, the nice trend. And as it breaks past that, the first candle to make a new high past that trend there. In the words of Ross, first candle to make a new high. You go long. So went long there. I got in right there and sold, I believe, at 666, somewhere in there. As it started to come back down, I got out and ended up obviously going considerably higher. And I regret not holding it longer, but that seems to be the theme of how it goes, especially with my trades anyway. Got some people in the chat. What's up? How are you guys doing? What's up, Dave? Been a minute since I did a live video here and chatted with you. What have you guys been trading? Do you use 1 minute candles? I do, but on this particular, I kind of use whatever the setup I see the best setup on, I guess is how you say it. I've watched the 1 minute typically more than anything else, but if I'm not seeing as clean of a setup, I'm also looking at the 5, and on this chart, I felt like the 5 minute gave the cleaner setup. You could see the trend line nice and clean on the 5 minutes, so it depends. But more often than not, yeah, I use the 1 minute. What do you use, Dave? I'm going to type it in the chat here. What do you guys use? Waiting for the FDA approval. LPCN. LPCN, I haven't looked at that one. Not lately, anyway. What's it been up to? I assume that's one of the, is that one of the COVID vaccine plays? I think there are several of them. I can't say I know all that much about them. Cool, cool. It looks like it's primed like it could, it did fill that gap, I guess, if you look there. People, if you're watching this at some point in time, stocks love to fill their gaps. So as you see this gigantic gap right here, gap down on the daily chart, and then what did it do? It curled all the way up and filled that gap almost perfectly from the top of that candle to the bottom wick of this candle. So stocks love to fill the gap. Somebody told me a stat one time that I think it was 70% of gaps on the daily chart are filled within the next 100 days or something like that. I don't know if that was true or not, but I remember somebody telling me that. I think actually I heard that on StockTwits now that I think about it, so definitely take that with a grain of salt. Testosterone. Ah, I gotcha. Euro Sterling tried to program my key button and my half of PV, but down. Not work because not round number. Can you help, please? So, you had trouble programming your hotkeys? I actually made a video about that. I don't know if you've seen it or not. I'm not sure what you're saying. What was the issue there? Your key button and my half of PB. Down, do not work. I'm not sure what you're saying. I am confused. Have you seen my video about how to set up hotkeys? I'm sure there's other people that probably have better videos than me about it, but I made a video about setting them up. Nope, no scanner back, Dave. I don't know if they're going to or not. You probably saw my video where the customer service rep said that they do not have plans to bring the scanner back. I don't understand it. I really do not understand that. I meant to Google it and research it and see if I could find any information or articles about it, but I did not do so. Maybe I will check that right now. E-Trade scanner. Let's see if there's anybody talking about it. Dun, 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 dun. So on Reddit, that's interesting. Okay. Let's see what it says. If you use E-Trade Pro, don't be surprised if you're suddenly without your stock scanner. The third-party vendor that ran it apparently no longer supports it, and the recommendation from E-Trade is to use the prefab screeners in Power E-Trade. No, I don't like that. No flexibility is right. I'm not sure who wrote that, but they're spot on. This dude's spot on. Yeah, poor communication and management. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I thought it was pretty shocking that number one, the scanner was gone, and number two, that they didn't let traders know that. They didn't let their customers know that, and they seem to think that that's no big deal. But every trader that I know uses a scanner, so I would think that you would want to include that on your day trading pro platform. That is crazy, but what do I know? And like I said, I don't understand how they didn't let anybody know and how they don't have any plans to bring one back. And the one that they use on Power E-Trade is not any good. It does have preset, like that guy said. There's preset, like you can look at percent gainers and gap ups and things like that. But I want something that's scanning the market continually, that I can change the settings on and toggle it how I want it. I don't want your preset Power E-Trade thing. Sink or swim for a new broker. That's what I'm kind of thinking about, actually, Dave. I actually was getting ready right before the scanner was gone. I haven't done it yet, but I was going to put quite a bit of money into my E-Trade account and scale up and start trading a little bigger. I've been feeling a little bit more comfortable, like on that stock today. Whoa, why do you do that? Come on, E-Trade. Yeah, there we go. I had two beautiful winning trades, and that's been the case lately. So I feel like I'm getting a little more comfortable with consistently making money. So I was going to put quite a bit of money into my E-Trade account and scale up and start trading bigger size. And then the scanner's gone. So now I don't know. I'm thinking about Thinkorswim. Seems like a lot of people like Thinkorswim at TD Ameritrade. Interactive brokers I've looked at. Ross, who I trust quite a bit over there at Warrior, he is not the biggest fan of interactive brokers for day trading. He said it was all right, but he uses Lightspeed, so that's an option. Lightspeed's an option. I don't know a whole lot about Lightspeed, but that's who he uses, so I've thought about them. The program looks impressive. You make the change. You went over there? Is that who you with? Are you with Thinkorswim TD, Mr. Dave? I know you've been doing options more lately. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I was going to scan up with that. That threw a wrench in my plans. Now I'm trying to decide where I'm going to park some money at, and I do think I'm going to throw some more into CMEG and start trading that more often. CMEG. Because one thing about CMEG that I really like, they do have good executions and the platform's good. There's good things about it. But I really like that they have borrows on almost any momentum stock. When I'm trading over on that platform, whatever stock is the momentum play of the day, they almost always have shares to short, which is awesome. I'm not the best shorter, and it's not really like my main game plan, but it's nice to have that available. Like if I see a short on E-Trade, there's almost no chance that they're going to have borrows. They have borrows on the big blue chip stocks, but when it comes to low float momentum stocks, almost never do they have shares. It's very rare. So that's one really good thing about CMEG that's got me actually considering it. And as many people pointed out, people got defensive because of my videos kind of knocking on CMEG for their fees and commissions. People love to defend their broker, and they made some good points. The main point being that if I scaled up, I made 45% on my money in that month or 5 weeks or whatever it was. And if I just scaled up and taken the same trades, I would have made a lot, considerable amount of money. And that's a good point. So I can't argue with that. And I'm thinking I might go ahead and scale up at CMEG and do that. The reason I didn't before is because I had not used them before. It was kind of a trial thing to make YouTube videos about, give it a shot, trading without the PDT, and it being an offshore broker that I'd never used, and I had not used their trading platform. Everything about it seemed risky, so I wasn't going to transfer 5 or 10 grand over there because I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if I'd be transferring my money over there and then I wouldn't get it back somehow, or have trouble getting it transferred back out, or would just suck at trading with the platform and lose all my money. It seemed pretty risky, so I just put a little bit of money in there. But maybe I will scale that up is what I'm kind of thinking in the meantime. And I'm also gonna, like I said, I'm gonna look for a broker to park a larger amount of money out to trade with. Yes, sir. No scanner, sir or ma'am. I'm not sure. No scanner is BS. Dave says Thinkorswim has a daily TV program. Thinking about changing. I think Lightspeed has a lot of extra charges. Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. I've been doing a pretty deep dive into the different brokers in the last week when I get free time. So I've kind of been comparing them. And Ross's Warrior Trading website, they actually do a pretty good job of comparing brokers right there. You can look at a lot of the pros and cons of the different hottest brokers right there on Warrior Trading's website. So that's pretty helpful for people that are thinking about switching. You can just go to his website and look at all the stuff right there. And anyway, yeah, the point I was getting to is that Dave's right. Lightspeed does seem to have a lot of charges and fees, or it looked expensive to me when I was comparing it with the other brokers on there. Thinkorswim has a daily TV program. I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? What's on their TV program? Like the hottest stocks of the day, like pre-market or something, or? Let's look at CRIS is just churning here. Might end up being a large. Do we see what we have possibly forming here? So this could be a really big. I was talking about these nice little bull pennant and bull flag here, and what beautiful setups they were. And this one here didn't go too far, but for a scalper like myself, it was great. Moved from, let's see, the low was 615 and the high was 725. So you got $1.10 a share move in that nice little scalp right there. I, of course, did not get that entire move, but it was a nice move for a scalp. But anyway, it's going to, I think, if we look at the long term here, this could end up being your pole here, and then we may, well, this glitchy E-Trade. Come on, glitchy E-Trade. That's one thing that I will not miss when I stop trading at E-Trade. The thing is so glitchy. But anyway, it's not really letting me do what I want to do. Okay, there we go. See how we have almost a big bull pennant forming here. It's consolidating out, and maybe if it times right, if it can stay up in these levels and stay within that pennant and go into the afternoon, maybe it'll be timed right when volume kind of comes back in after lunch, and maybe we can get a nice big move. All day stock analysis, very impressive. Interesting. I might have to watch that. I'm sure there's somebody that's probably made videos about that on YouTube or somewhere on the web. I can check it out. They have a lot of tutorials on options. Yeah, that's good. I've been studying options a little bit. I've gone from knowing knowing basically nothing about options, and after I just to throw this in there real quick, I just talked about this maybe forming a big bull pin, but now it's trying to break down. So don't do it, stock. Stay above VWAP, Chris. Stay up here. Let's continue out so we can get a nice, even bigger move. I know we're already up 300% on the day, but let's keep going. Anyway, I've gone from knowing absolutely nothing about options to knowing a very minimal amount about options. I'm just barely starting to scratch the surface and understand it. My tiny mind can't comprehend all the different facets of it. So I've been watching YouTube videos about it and trying to grasp the overall concept, and then maybe I'll start doing that. Never can learn too much. I'm always trying to learn new strategies and new things, new indicators, all that stuff. Interesting. I have a buddy who still has his E-Trade scanners working even after shutting down and logging off. I don't get it either. Yeah, so I just typed it out, but yeah, I think Vendor, you're one that was emailing me and telling me that you had it. You're one of the ones that emailed me and had it, I think. If I'm saying that right, Vendor T. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, and it drives me crazy that as a company, as a broker, that they're not more. I got to think that their customer service people are farmed out, so that I'm assuming that they're not in like a home office, that they're probably farming out their customer service, and that's why they don't know a whole lot. But that drives me crazy. For some people that have the scanner still, and other people it's gone, and then you contact customer service, and they've told some people that have emailed me saying that they told them that they're doing an update and it's going to come back. And then I've had other people tell me that it's gone for good, and I contacted them and did it live on that video, and yeah, they told me that they had no plans for it to return. So that drives me crazy. How are they not on the same page, and their customer service needs to be telling everybody the same stuff, and there should only be one way. I don't know how the platform can be different from one person to the next. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But Trader Paul, yeah. What's up, Trader Paul? That's what I thought. You're one of the lucky few. I don't have very many people that say they have it, but there has been a few. So related to the Morgan Stanley thing, changing some things around. Could be. I just pulled it up. I don't know if you were watching when I pulled up that Reddit thing that somebody had typed in Reddit saying that it was supported by a third party that is no longer going to support it, so they got rid of it. It seems like they're trying to phase E-Trade Pro out. I can't help but think that. Whenever you go to their... let's see if I can pull it up here. E-Trade. If you go to their thing and their platforms, I'll drag it over here in just a second if I can find it. So yeah, there we go. Let me drag that over here. It seems like they're trying to phase E-Trade Pro out. So if you go over here and you're under platforms, trading platforms, and there's Power E-Trade, the glorious Power E-Trade, and then there's E-Trade, which is just their website, and then there's mobile platforms, but it doesn't say anything about E-Trade Pro. And there's been several people that have told me when they've contacted customer service to try to get Pro that they were told by the customer service that there is no E-Trade Pro, that they're phasing that out. So I do not, like I said, I don't understand how their customer service is never on the same page, but it seems like they're trying to phase it out and just go to Power E-Trade, and that's all they want everybody to have. Yes. I can't get into Power E-Trade. I don't like Power E-Trade, and obviously I'm not going to trade with their website. Neither one of those are for day traders. Power E-Trade would be okay for swing trading. It would be okay for investing, but it's not okay for scalping as a day trader. That's not going to get it done. They don't have a nice true level 2 like this. They don't have the scanner that I want. It just, the charting is not the same. I don't like it as much. Of course, I'm old school, so I like these old classic charts that most people don't like and don't use. But yeah, Power E-Trade is not good. Any idea if you sign on with the trade ideas, do they marry with any brokers? I'm not really sure, but that is one thing that I'm thinking about doing is trade ideas. But I think it's pretty expensive, isn't it? I think that's what Ross uses and several traders use. But it seems like it was expensive, like $1,000 a year or something. Yeah, there you go. Basic $1,100. Exactly. Like I don't want to pay $1,100 a year for a scanner. That stuff should just be included in the platform. I don't understand. Seven-figure accounts will jump from E-Trade if they phase it out. If they phase Pro out. Yeah, if there's no Pro, I'm out of there too. I'm definitely not trading there. I wish I had a seven-figure account, but yeah, I was. They've already lost money on me because of the scanner thing. I was actually going to put. I hadn't decided on a definite amount, but over PDT, I was going to put at least $25K in my E-Trade account. But no, not going to do that now. As long as there's no scanner, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put it somewhere else. So I talked about it a little bit, I think, but I can't really remember. So we're going to look at it. Let's look at it. Lxrx. It's one of the hot ones today. Let me go back through here and read. Christian is late. Sorry, I'm late. Yeah, you should be sorry, Christian. Come on. You got to get in here on time now. If they phase out E-Trade, looking to get a different Lxrx. Yeah, it was a good play. That was a good one. Lxrx has been a great. It was not as much. I guess you could have. It did have a little bit of a flag here, and then again a little bit here, but a nice high of daybreak too. Definitely some good trades on that thing. I did not trade it. I was trading CRIS, and that's the only thing that I traded today. But yeah, that would have been a nice high of daybreak there, 284, and it went up all the way over $1 a share. So without really even having a huge pullback. Still above VWAP, still above the 50 and the 200. So 1040 entry on the 5-minute. Yes, sir. Is that where you did enter? Yeah. Nice. Did you enter there? Been trading options on snow. Cool. Okay. Wonder what Lxrx will do this afternoon. It's hanging around there. It's looking pretty good considering it's midday and it's still holding up above VWAP, above the 200 and right at the 50. All good signs. Let's see on the daily. Make the daily chart a little bit bigger here. Let's see. I'm looking for resistance in it. So it does have quite a bit of resistance. It doesn't have clear blue sky up above it, but that's okay. It's got room to go, I would say, from maybe here back up. If it could get back up to its highs, that would be a nice trade. Hopefully it holds up. I want to see some action this afternoon. So far, I just like I like the way CRIS is almost looking like it's going to form a big all-day bull pennant, possibly. If it did, it would be fantastic. Let's see. What's going on in here? Inside candle, inside bar. Yep. Yes, sir. What else is hot today? What else are we looking at? Can y'all hear my kids yelling in the background? Tusk, was that one? Tusk. Yeah, Tusk was another one I was kind of watching. Lower volume, only 6 million shares, but it's been a nice mover today from around $2 to almost $4. So it's almost was double at one point. Pretty good mover, just doesn't have the volume. If you look at the daily down here, kind of hard to see. Let's look at this. I liked the daily setup on it because it was just starting to curl up. Obviously it was way up here in the 20s and fell off a cliff. Now it's kind of starting to curl up. It's got big volume, it's curling up, and it got past the resistance down here. So I was almost thinking about trying to swing this with a few shares, but I don't know if I will or not. Depends how it closes and how it looks later on. Could be a small swing try for me. I'm not very good at swing trading, I must admit, but sometimes I try it out. Always trying to get better at the stuff that I'm not very good at. BDR seems like that one was another one. I just had a spike and faded, nothing too exciting. INFI, not all that much range on that one. It looks big, but in reality only like 60 cents of range on the day. So yeah, CRIS is still my baby right now for the moment. That one and Lxrx. Snow's been super hot. Yeah, I've seen it. People talking about it, and lots of articles and things have hit my phone on it. So I have not traded it though. Tusk, yep. Tusk, that was one I just looked at. HCAC, okay, HCAC. Check that one out. That's kind of curling up, consolidating above VWAP. Maybe make a little late day run. What's it look like? Way up on the daily, it looks like. Let's see. Okay, so it was way up. It was way up yesterday, and it's hanging around that same area. Nice. That's a nice crazy move right there. Imagine buying that right there, buying the breakout past the high of day, right there around 13.50, riding that thing all the way up to $19. Man, that'd be nice. And like a rocket too. Knowing me, I would have probably sold it like right in here. All nice and conservative. I'd have got like a dollar move on it and got nervous and missed out on the rest of the giant move. Way too conservative sometimes, Do you think Lxrx will reach 4 plus? Is it highly shorted? Let's see. I'm doing some research on BFT, long-term play, merger, play save, 11, Lxrx. So first thing is Lxrx. Will it reach 4 plus? Is the question. It definitely has a chance to. It had a nice move, another leg up. It's consolidating right now, staying above VWAP, so it could. If it will stay above VWAP here and kind of start to curl, ideally, and maybe at power hour be pushing high of day, then yeah, it could. It could hit 4. It definitely needs to stay up here though. It's consolidating right now. So I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it stay up here above VWAP. VWAP's around 315, 314. Lxrx. Let's check that out. And BFT, I think didn't I looked at BFT, right? Or no, I didn't. BFT. There's another glitch. Awesome glitchy E-Trade. BFT. Doing some research on it. It must be a recent. Did it change tickers, or is it a recent IPO? Not very much history on it on E-Trade here. Oh, acquisition. Gotcha. Yeah, look at that. That's up nicely from under 11 to almost 13. Thinking about swinging it, huh? Long-term play. What are you going to buy it at, or do you know yet? Are you thinking about buying it like now, or waiting till it comes down before you buy it for a long-term play? The merger with PaySafe, has that already happened and that's what this move is, or is it going to happen? Are said to have nearly tripled their money on PaySafe sale, CVC. So the news is already out, it looks like. Yeah, up 13% after PaySafe group offer. And then I was going to look at Lxrx. Man, that's crazy. Lxrx. That's a unicorn. That's what I call a unicorn. Those ones that go from $10 or something like that to almost 50. Let's see what the high was there. Almost $48. Yeah, that's a unicorn there. I like that. That's crazy. Did you trade that? Have you traded old LAZR? BFT ideally at 1020. Yeah, that would be ideal. This thing is a mover for sure. This LAZR has not been on my radar, so of course I don't have a scanner, anymore. So makes it a lot more difficult. Look at that monster. That thing is a monster. Rockets up, consolidates, rockets up, consolidates, over and over. That is a monster. Looks backside of the move now, but you never know. Probably be a good short into the next pop. Let's see. Anyway, what else is going on? I was told to, but didn't. Is the SPACs play? SPACs. Are they hot again? They were hot, then they were not, and then I haven't really been paying attention to them. Somebody was telling me about that Helion, I think it was one to watch. Down from the 50s to 19. Wow. So it was hit pretty hard. Need to start the stream at 9:30 and I'll post what's popping on my E-Trade scanner. There you go. There you go. Actually, this morning, I didn't even bother trying to find a scanner. I just looked at, I went to YouTube and I forget what I typed in, but I just searched pre-market scanner and then went to live because you can toggle it to live, and there was all kinds of people that were streaming their live pre-market scanner with trade ideas and stuff. So I really don't even know. I was thinking about that the other day when I was watching Ross's stream. I like to watch Ross with Warrior, and he was streaming his trading and stuff like he does all the time, and he has his scanner going pre-market, and I thought, why even bother paying for trade ideas or paying for any scanner? Because there's always, like on YouTube, there's people all the time that are streaming their scanner. You can find countless people streaming their scanner and find the hottest stocks without even needing a scanner of your own or a screener or anything. Right there for free on the old YouTube. You could start vendor T Paul. You could start a YouTube channel and stream your scanner. I used to stream my scanner, but I think it was actually hurting my channel because not very many people would watch it. It'd get some plays here and there, and my views were going down on other videos. So I think it was hurting my YouTube channel to stream my scanner. So I stopped doing it because it was kind of pointless anyway. Really, probably only helped a couple people here and there, but yeah. So stop doing that. What else we got? Did I miss anything in here? It's pretty exciting having all you guys in here. I like chatting with fellow traders. Do you stream it somewhere? Oh, okay. I see. I see now. Yeah, I loved my scanner over here at E-Trade because I had it scanning for all kinds of different things like VWAP breaks, um, crossing the 200 moving average, lots of different things that would be bullish signals, and that's what would help me see the move, as it was happening or right before the big move happened. That's what I miss. I liked having my everything set the way that I wanted it with my float in there and um, my market cap and all my specifications in there, and then the alerts that I wanted it to alert me on. Yeah, it sucks. Got rid of it. Not using your lame Power E-Trade screener. Usually done by noon. Yeah, I'm probably a little too addicted to watching it. I haven't been as much lately, but for the first couple years at least that I traded, I just was so addicted to trading. I would watch it from pre-market all the way through after hours every day. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I'm constantly looking at the market. And over trading and losing a ton of money because of over trading and not having any real strategy. My plays usually happen between 10 and 11 and look for specific criteria because I work with a 5-minute chart. Yeah, it's good that you actually know that you've tracked it and that you know your time frame. A lot of people don't do that. That's about the same time that works for me also. A lot of my trades are that way. I look pre-market, and every now and then I'll take a pre-market trade, and every now and then I'll take one right after open, but not very often. I don't like the crazy volatility of the huge swings up and down when the volume first comes in at market open. So usually I'm waiting until 5 minutes or so after market open, and then yeah, a lot of times I don't see what the patterns that I like until a little bit later on, like you said. So I'm right there with you. It's kind of that's the time frame a lot of times that I find my trades. But I'm looking for my favorite patterns are like bull flags and bull pennants. I just love those because to me they're like the most sure thing that there is for scalping anyway. So wait till it's confirmed and then I get in, and it's a pretty, I don't know what the odds are. I'm sure somebody has calculated the odds of bull flags and bull pennants playing out, but they got to be pretty high, I would say, if you have all your criteria met. If the stock's up on the day, it's green on the day, it's above VWAP, it's got volume, if it checks all the boxes, it's a pretty high odds play. But they don't develop a lot of the time until a little bit later in the morning. Not usually right off the bat. So a lot of times I'm sitting on my hands waiting. Let's see. I work with 5-minute chart. Yeah. I'm also starting to use the 5-minute chart more, like you, Paul. I actually used to keep it up, and then I got away from it for a while, and now I've realized that a lot of the times the setups are cleaner on the 5-minute. Nomad as a temp workaround. I have a watch list with every symbol I've ever traded over the years. Wow. I'm able to sort of percent up or volume. It works the best in the pre-market from 8 to 9:30. That's awesome. That's quite the spreadsheet. Every symbol you've ever traded. I'm sure that you're like me, and it's a lot. That's a lot of symbols. CLPS from this morning. Crazy first 20 minutes. Oh, LXRX. Christian says we got LXRX. I don't see it on my scanner. Oh wait, that's because I don't have a scanner. Yeah, it is. Look at it. Look at it curling nicely. That's going to be a key area right there. Looks like it's triple topped, almost quadruple topped if you look over here. But a definite triple top right there at 358. Getting a little bit more volume coming in down here. It's a good sign. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? I think it's kind of consolidating, and then hopefully we're gonna see it rip up through. When trading becomes boring, just wait for your setup. Yep, exactly, vendor. Staring at charts till your eyes bleed, as who is that? Tim Bowen says. Tim Sykes guy, Tim Bowen. There we go. Come on, baby. I don't know. It's not. It hasn't shot up like I thought it would. I thought it might really shoot up once it broke through that triple top on the 5 minute. But so far not. Got to do something to get shorts on the run there. Get some. I think honestly the volume is just a little too light because it's midday right now, but it could still go. It's looking heavy, looking awful heavy for being, right there at that breakout range. It keeps poking through, pokes its head through, but then it comes back down a little bit. It looks heavy. Let's see, Nafisa Kanate. Am I saying that right? I have no idea. I struggle with names. Hey, Sterling, let's say if I have 500 in my account, 2,000 buying power, and I want to buy shares for 1,000, I set up a hotkey button after your vid. It works in sim, but not real account. Half if I want to, but if it will give 257.6 shares for half buying power, it does accept. It doesn't buy just 257 shares. Let's say you have. I'm trying to grasp what you're saying here. $2,000 in buying power. I want to buy shares for $1,000. Set up a hotkey. It works in sim, but not in your real account. Trying to think what that would be. It works in your sim, but not in your real account. Do you have... When you set up your hotkeys, do you have the correct account? Because you have your sim account and your other account is your correct account set up on the hotkey. CYDY was another big play today. CYDY. I don't think I've seen that one either. CYDY. I don't know what that would be. If it works in your sim account, not your real account, but you've got the correct account selected, on your hotkeys. I don't know. Does it give you an error message? What do you mean by it doesn't work? Let's see. It doesn't buy just 257 shares. Do you get an error message or something? Or what do you mean by it doesn't buy it? See, I was going to look at CYDY. Still stalling out here, Lxrx. Come on now. It is consolidating though. Over here on the 1 minute, we're getting some consolidation there. Hopefully now it's going to shoot up maybe. Maybe it just needed a little bit of a break. I don't know. Still looking a little bit heavy. Come on, get some volume. It needs to get some volume in there. Push it through. Nope. Too heavy. So far, too heavy. Looking more like it's going to drop than it is breakout at this point. We'll see what happens. I do want to look at that other one though. CYDY. 8.7 million. Yeah, that was another nice one. Up 25% on the day. Kind of a giant head and shoulders on the daily chart. So could maybe be like a swing a little bit higher, but it definitely looks like a head and shoulders on the daily. Nice looking intraday chart until this giant drop here. That's not ideal. A little bit scary whenever you see those kinds of drops. It was overbought though. I mean, it was going pretty parabolic. Needed to pull back, but that's an awful big pullback from 330 all the way through VWAP in just a few minutes. Yep, still looking a little heavy there. Lxrx. Okay, let's see what we're doing. If I want to, but it will give 257.6 shares for half buying power. It does accept. It doesn't buy just 257 shares. That is strange. I don't know, honestly, what that would be. You can contact them at client services. I think that's their email, client. I'm sure you probably already know it. You probably already contacted them, but it takes them a while to respond. I think calling them sometimes is faster, but I wonder if there's any legal possibility against E-Trade for allowing the scanners to work for some but not for all. I don't know. It's a good question. Oh, I wish I knew what to tell you, Nafissa, if that's how you say your name. Am I saying it right? Yep, still looking heavy. Come on, Lxrx. Just needs some volume to push it through. At least it's still kind of holding around that 350 area. It's not had any huge drops yet. Still somewhat consolidating. I would feel okay with it pulling back even here to 340, 345, staying above. Ideally, where we got the 200 and the 50 crossing here, if it could stay above that, that would be great, and it could still have a chance to curl up. It really just needs to hang around here until like power hour. If it could just stay up in this range until power hour, you might be able to see it head back up towards high of day. I'm saying it right, Nafissa. Wow, look at me go! I can't believe I was saying that right. That's astounding. I have a suspicion that it may be related to account size, but unconfirmed. Could be. The guys with 7 figures still have it. Interesting. That's interesting. Are you trying to brag about your account size here, vendor? You got 7 figures in there or what? Because you still have it. Can you loan me 6 of your 7 figures? Okay, well, if you got 6, then you can just loan me 5 figures. That'd be okay. I'll take 99,999 at 1% interest. If you got a 6-figure account, that's pretty good. I have never had a 6-figure account, so kudos to you, my friend. That's some good size. I've traded 6-figure positions with leverage, but I've never had a 6-figure account. I used to trade my E-Trade account. I used to trade with just under 50,000 in this account, but that's when I kept losing too much money. Sometimes winning a lot of money, but more often losing a lot of money. Did not know what I was doing, and I lost like 50 grand the first couple years of trading, and decided that I should probably scale way back until I start to actually understand trading and have some kind of consistency. They don't want to piss those people off, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it very well could be. That would make sense. I'm sure that the big fish are definitely more important to them. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand why they would get rid of a scanner anyway. Like, I don't understand that. And you can't talk to anybody. Their customer service, I firmly believe, is just people that they pay that are in a call center somewhere, something like that. So they don't really know, like, why the scanner's gone or if it's coming back or anything. They're just, calling down the line to their supervisor and, hey, do we have the scanner? No? Okay. Is it coming back? I don't know. No. They have no idea. Consistency is the key. It's so hard to be consistent. I believe that the hardest thing for me anyway, I mean, I guess you could say it's emotions, but it's discipline to me. Like, I'm at a stage personally where a lot of the time I know what to do. I know the correct thing to do. I got a pretty good idea of what the stock is going to do. I know the setups and things, and even though I know those things, I end up doing the wrong things on my losses. Like it's difficult to be disciplined. So much of trading is discipline. I mean, obviously you got to learn how to trade, and you got to learn technical analysis and all the ins and outs of it. But then you have to have the discipline to actually follow it, and that's what's hard for me anyway. Get bored and start trading. I'll just be so bored sitting here. I'm not thinking that I'm bored, but I'm just sitting there and watching the market, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take that trade, and the thought will cross my mind that why don't do that, Tim, but then I'll do it anyway, and then I'll rack up a loss and sit there and think, I knew that was not my setup. I went into the day with a plan to only trade flat top breakouts and bullpen it. I've got my set patterns, only going to trade those, and then I end up shorting some stock or something and taking a loss, going against my own rules and not being disciplined. The other thing is maybe legacy. I wonder, been with E-Trade for 15 plus years. You have been? That's a long time. I think we need to flip this camera around, and you need to teach me some things. We need to get your YouTube channel going. You got a 6-figure account and been with E-Trade for 15 years. I'm on the wrong end of this camera. Okay, Nafissa says, the only thing is that I did not fill in the price type, and I don't know what CLO means. French speaker. CLO means, let's see, the only thing is I did not fill in the price type. I don't know what CLO means. Well, let's see if we can figure that out. Did you get a message with CLO? Is that what you mean? Stop losses and trailing stops was the key to me. Stop losses I do pretty good on. I'll get back to you in a second, Nafis. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about here. Let's see. CLO, collateralized loan obligation. Collateralized loan obligation, a single security backed by a pool of debt. The process of pooling assets into a marketable security is called securitization. With a CLO, the investor receives scheduled debt payments from the underlying loans, assuming most of the risk in the event that borrowers default. Huh. So where are you seeing that at? What the quote investor receives scheduled debt payments for underlying loans. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, Paul, that trailing stops is what I'm attempting to master now. Not that it's really that difficult. Lxrx, by the way, I'm breaking down some more. It's still not completely down and out, but it's the odds of it breaking that $4 and curling back up are getting slimmer as time goes on. It's not dead yet, but anyway. So trailing stops I'm trying to master because I've never really used them until the last like month or so, maybe 2 months. No, probably about a month. And here and there I've been trying to use them. And the other day it actually cost me a bunch of money because I had a price target and I was in the stock and profitable on it. And I thought, oh, I'm going to start using trailing stops. And that way maybe it'll stop me from taking profit too early, because so many times, just like today on CRIS, I'll take profit way too conservatively too early. So I thought, I'll start using trailing stops and then maybe let my winners ride a little longer. And sure, you can hold that a second here. Send it on over. I'll see if I can figure it out. So yeah, I'm trying to use trailing stops as a way of maximizing my profit and not being too much of a chicken shit, basically. I take profit way too early almost all the time, which naturally that's what scalpers do. You're in and out pretty quick. But so many times I've got a price target in mind. I've got an idea of where the stock's going to go, and it goes there, but I have already gotten out long before that because I get nervous and I take profit too quickly. So trying to master trailing stops so that way I can help myself maximize my profit. But the other day I was up on a stock and I had an idea, a price target in mind of where the stock was going to go before it found its next resistance, and it did that, but I was stopped out by my trailing stop way early and ended up making less than I would have if I would have just used limit orders or just not used a trailing stop, basically, because I set my trailing stop way too tight. Super tight, and it was like like that. I got stopped out, and then sitting there kicking myself like, why did you do that, Tim? You can use a trailing stop in sterling. It just doesn't have a trailing stop like you do on this screen. It doesn't have a trailing stop thing like that. I don't really use them on CMEG, but I did make a video that talked about it, and so I will get that for you. Let's see. Yes, here we go. It's the video where I look super tired or high, which I wasn't, by the way, but I look that way. Check that video out and it will tell you how to do all the different stops with sterling. I made that video, and oh, you did? Okay. I talked about the trailing stop on there, I'm pretty sure.
Just like you were too big.
A question I get quite a bit is how to set a stop. Anyway, let's see. Hey, what's up, Dustin? Just chatting with some fellow traders. That's what I'm up to. Okay, be back and bring me my 5-figure loan. Make sure you transfer that over to me when you get back. Lxrx still alive, but it's getting closer to being on life support. It's dropped below the 50 and the 200, but it is still holding above VWAP and still holding the curl, so still has a chance. Just not as good as it did a little while ago. What's CRIS doing? CRIS is doing exactly what I was hoping it would do. It looks like it is possibly going to play out the large bull pennant. Although I would have thought it would have started going right there, and it didn't, so it's not as ideal. But still could be a buy right now. It has broken above the top pennant line where I would draw the top pennant lines. There's no exact science to it, but it definitely does not have the volume I would like it to have, but it is moving up. It's gotten above the pennant. Yep, there we go. Come on. It needs to open up. It needs to get a little volume and open up. Might not be quite late enough because it's still lower volume time in the mid-afternoon. Oh, and since you are one rare person doing video on Sterling, we're watching. Oh, gotcha. I couldn't get it to work, huh? I can't even remember what videos what's in my videos. I've made like 80 videos or something at this point, and it's hard to even remember what's in them. I wonder if it didn't work because it was after hours. Okay. Later, Dave. I think Lxrx will continue tomorrow, Christian says. It is holding in there. It very well might. Now CRIS is, CRIS is just looking heavy too. I wonder if the overall market, what's the overall market doing? Dang it. That's not what I wanted to happen. Because several of these are looking kind of heavy. No, that thing is going crazy. It's looking great. I do not know why several of these are looking heavy. Or why that is not linked when it's supposed to be linked. E-Trade. Lxrx might continue tomorrow. It's not looking as good for today, but it could still continue tomorrow. You're right. And it still has a chance today. It's not down and out yet. I would have preferred it to keep curling, but same thing with CRIS. CRIS is above the top of the pennant, but it's technically kind of broken out, but it's not moving like it should. I'd like to see it shoot up a lot quicker than that and get shorts covering and kind of start moving, but I think it's because the volume's still light. We're still mid-afternoon. Email sent. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. now. CRIS is really looking heavy. It's trying to see it moving fast over here. Come on, baby. Don't break down on me. Yes, come on. Let's see. What's Lxrx doing? It's also, yep, it's still hanging around there. It's sitting right on the 50. You lost out on CRIS earlier. Yep, what were you thinking, Dustin? Gotta jump on that. I traded it a couple times. Let me see here. Remove, and remove. I traded it here, Dustin. I don't know if you're watching or working, but I traded it here where we had this bull pennant right here, and got out right there at the pre-market high. And then I traded this bull flag right here on this green candle and got out right in here. So I just scalped a couple of small moves. I did not get the gigantic moves. I never do, seems like. Thanks, Christian. What do you think of Airbnb, by the way? I don't know much about it. Is that an IPO coming up? I know I've seen Airbnb in the news and whatnot, but hey, there CRIS is popping up. There we go. That's what I was wanting to see. That's exactly what we were looking for. Hopefully it can continue now, but it finally got a nice bit of volume and a nice pop. IPO this Thursday. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay. Yeah, I've seen it in the news and stuff, but I haven't researched it. I don't know very much about it. But it's going to be exciting probably. I like whenever there's big name IPOs that get out there. And sometimes they move, crazy. A lot of volatility, a lot of range on some of those IPOs that are well-known names. I remember trading JMIA. That's probably a year or two ago. The Amazon of Africa or something. It was a crazy one. Did I see your screen cap earlier on where I traded it? It was in that bull flag, but too early. No, I didn't. I haven't looked in the chat recently. Been ignoring my phone while I've been on here trading and on here, and then been working with the kids schooling because the kids have their some kind of assessment thing they're doing today. So I've been in and out of here. Christian, are you still here? What do you think of Airbnb if you're still here? What else you got, Coon? Hey, Coon, are you still in here? Somebody was telling me, emailed me, or it was in the comments or somewhere, about HYLN, and that was going to be a big runner coming up, is what somebody told me. I think that's one of your previous best friends. I think it'll be expensive, big sell-off to get Robin Hooders money. Yeah, that's pretty possible. Very possible. HYLN, did it already go? Did it already go crazy? By the way, I told you to buy this, Dustin. Did you not? Did you buy CRIS right when you got in here and got in this room here? I told you to buy it. Did you buy it? Come on, you could be scalping it right now. Although it looks a little bit, it still just doesn't look quite right. It's not jumping like I want it to. It is breaking out above that bull pennant, but it's not the ideal move, especially with this volume right here. I mean, look at that. It had a nice big spike of volume, and it did move up quite a bit, but not as much as you would like to see. I mean, typically on a situation like that, you get a nice, quick, somewhat quick, big move as it breaks out the top of the pennant. But here, it's kind of slow, looking a little bit heavy. I don't like it. Would have preferred to see a bigger move here if it was going to be strong and stay really bullish. Ooh, DoorDash. That's another one. You're getting me excited about these IPOs. I used to be really into IPOs, and I'd read what was coming up and watch for them, and thought they were really exciting. Get a lot of movement on them. Sometimes they'd be several huge days in a row. Then I stopped really paying attention to them. But now you're getting me kind of excited because these are big name companies, could be big movers. DoorDash, Airbnb. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to make a note of that so I don't miss that. Let's see, HYLN. That was it hasn't done much, has it? See, you can still buy it, Kuhn. No money left to trade, Tim. I need margin. I did sell all my holds this morning. Yes, you do need margin. It's a dangerous thing. And then you need to go ahead and put in over 25K, because once you get your margin, then you got the PDT. So then you're not really much better off than waiting for your funds to settle, unless you put in over 25K, and then the handcuffs are off. Then you can buy on margin. You can use leverage. No PDT. Oh man, Rolls Royce is pretty damn cheap. What is Rolls Royce? I'll have to look that up. There's HYLN though, Kuhn, just so you know. I know this was your baby at one point in time, and yeah, somebody was telling me the other day, maybe it was even yesterday, and they were telling me that I should buy it, and then I saw an article that same day that was from an analyst, the awesome analyst that knows so much, and they were talking about HYLN, Helion or Hylion or whatever it is, being a great stock and gonna go up like NEO, and I don't know. I don't know very much about it, but that's what they were saying. So here's your stock pick from somebody else. He'll be back. The six-figure loan guy is he'll be back, I think. RYCEY. RYCEY. This is officially the only Rolls Royce I can afford. I can afford more than one Rolls. I must be rich. Look at that volume. Crazy volume on that the last few days. Pretty much a double bottom, so you're getting a little bit of a bounce, but coming back down. So now it's kind of a little bit in limbo. Will it come back down and triple bottom, or is it going to continue and bounce up back toward maybe $3? Yeah, maybe first target would be under that, probably like 290. What else we got? What else is exciting? Laser, that was one we were looking at. Looks like it's come down even more. Lxrx. Yep, Lxrx. Not looking so hot now. Still not. Yeah, I still can't say it's completely out of the game because it could still double bottom here. Find some support here around the 320 area. Which, it kind of already did. It could bounce off of that here. Could go down just a little bit more than bounce, or it could break down entirely. But it's not done quite yet. And CRIS. Yep, that thing is still proving to be, it's just heavy. I don't know why. It was looking good, and it did kind of break out, but it's never really got a good pop. What do you think of it from a technical analysis point of view? Are you talking about HYLN or TRNE? Oh. Chris is gonna go for it. Come on, Chris. It's really getting it's getting a lot of volume now. All of a sudden, the volume's kind of coming in. Level 2's speeding up, getting a little bit more exciting. Come on. Maybe if it breaks past that, well, even if it breaks this double top here, this area of resistance in the 680s, it would have 7 up next, and then it's going to get up here in the 720s and break that. But it is curling nicely. It could be setting up for a power hour. I'm thinking that could be the runner for the afternoon into power hour. Especially with Lxrx looking a little bit weaker now. And we were going to look at HYLN and TRNE. Okay. HYLN. It actually doesn't look that bad on the daily because it has found a triple bottom here. You got support here and here and here, all in that same area. So you got some pretty well-defined support at 18. And it does have this 200 moving average that it's going to come up on. But it is curling. You know, it seems to have found a bottom. So yeah, there's a lot of people that like to buy stocks that are coming off their lows. Could be something to it, buddy. I don't know. That's what that guy told me, and I did see an article about. It was a positive article by some analyst. I think it was maybe on Market Watch, talking about it and how them and NIO and I don't know, something else were his big watches. I thought NIO was on its way out, but let's see what it's doing. I haven't looked at it in a while. Oh, okay, it's perking up a little bit. It did pull back, but kind of forming a head and shoulders possibly, so it may end up coming back down here to the 50. Not somewhere I really would be excited to buy at this point. Let's see. TRNE. Whoa, look at that thing. Did I look at that earlier? I looked at another stock earlier that looked just like that. It was up about that much. That was one that somebody else had mentioned in here, but it wasn't TRNE. Anyway, so yeah, that's not overbought at all. From a little bit under 13 to over 20. What are you going to do with it? Do you already have TRNE? I'm getting tired. Oh, you did. Is that the one that you sent me? Was that your mystery stock? It's merging soon. Okay. And SPAC. Oh, that's not actually a stock, is it? You were telling me that. I'm with you. I'm with you. Mystic play. Oh, well, TRNE was a mystic play. And you did play it, but you didn't hold it? Oh, TRNE is a SPAC. Okay. What's the mystic play? Oh, the mystery. Well. Oh, I guess I need to probably get off of here and check on the kids. Yep, Lxrx is not dead yet. So you can't trade. Your money's all done for a day or two. I'm so tired. Did not sleep enough last night. I'm going to get off of here because I'm tired and I'm probably not going to trade the rest of the day. There is These are still not down and out. I mean, this could very well turn into a nice trade. So maybe I will come back. There, hey, there we go. CRIS is doing it. Finally playing out as expected, but just not as quickly as expected. When I had that, why will you not let me draw? This thing is annoying. Come on. There we go. There we go. When I had that drawn, and I said to buy it whenever it broke that line, which was right here, and it turns out it would have been a good play. I did not buy it myself, and it did not break out nearly as quickly or as strongly as I thought it would. I thought that there'd be enough people watching this that shorts would get squeezed a little bit, we'd get some buyers, and it would jump up much quicker than that. But it's okay. It's still working. Anybody that bought the break of the top of the pennant there, the top pennant trend line, would be making some good money. Would be up probably about 60 cents right now. So 60 cents a share. Pretty good. That's a nice scalp. So it did work out, just not as quick as I had anticipated. I thought it would have jumped up a lot quicker than that, but it was a little bit heavy. And that's going to play into how the rest of the day plays out. Whenever I see a stock that doesn't move quite as fast as I think it should, and it seems a little bit heavier, then that's in the back of my mind. If I was looking for, for it to break, let me change my thing to crosshairs here. If I was looking for it to get back up to high of day, and I was looking for a high of day break or break out past resistance or whatever, then you're thinking in your mind that the stock was heavier. There's a little bit better chance that it will drop, have a big drastic drop, than there is rocket up. So anyway, till tomorrow. I think I'm gonna get off of here. I'm way too tired. I'm having trouble even keeping my eyes open. I'm so tired, and I need to go see how the kiddos are doing with their homework and whatnot. So maybe I'll check back later. If not, hopefully you guys made a bunch of money today. Thanks for stopping by, anybody that's watching this. I really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Happy trading. Nomad out. Peace.